All right, sports fans, how's everybody out there doing? William Martin coming at you one more time here on YouTube with another edition of the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge Podcast. Now, from 2001 to 2018, the Xavier Musketeers made 16 NCAA tournament appearances under four different head coaches, with three of those coaches leading the program to the Elite Eight. But after Chris Mack left Xavier in favor of Louisville in 2018, the Musketeers took a step back as they were unable to make the big dance in 4 years under Travis Steele. Now, Xavier began this college basketball season with a record of 16-5. And at one point, the Musketeers were 17-7, which included them being 7-6 in the Big East following their win over UConn on February the 11th. But from there on, Xavier would lose their next five, which included a pair of losses at St. John's. And then the Musketeers would win their regular season finale against Georgetown as they went to New York for the Big East tournament, still having a legit chance to make the NCAA tournament. But their first round loss in New York City to Butler immediately ended those chances. And now the Musketeers, who currently find themselves in the NIT, it still hasn't stopped them from planning for the future, which includes them looking into their past. Now, yesterday, Xavier announced that Sean Miller will be the new head coach for the 2022-2023 college basketball season. Now, from 2004 to 2009, Miller was Xavier's men's head basketball coach. And during his tenure there, he led them to four NCAA appearances and, of course, one of those trips to the Elite Eight. Now, Miller left Xavier in 2009 to take over the Arizona program, where he won five Pac 12 titles in 12 years in Tucson, while also taking the Wildcats to eight NCAA tournament appearances, along with a trio of Elite Eight appearances there as well. Now, Miller at one point did appear to be a lifer at Arizona until that corruption scandal several years back derailed that, and ultimately it led to his firing at the U of A. So for Xavier, they're putting all of that in the past, and they're willing to see if Miller is going to be the right head coach to get this program back on track. Now he's 422 and 156 career wise as a head basketball coach. The only two jobs that he's had as the head coach collegiately are both with Xavier in Arizona. And the thing is, he knows about this program. He knows about the importance of the basketball there, and he knows about the culture there. So that, I think, is going to factor in, and I think that did factor in to them reaching out to him and him subsequently taking the job. And now you look for Miller. He wants to go out there and keep this team relevant in the Big East, because you look at it, the Big East sent six teams to the NCAA tournament this year. Also, Xavier was in that mix. They finished eighth in the conference, but they spent a portion of this past college basketball season ranked. And let's not forget, in Chris Mack's last season at Xavier, they were a one seed going into that NCAA tournament. So, that lets you know that this program, is no fluke. Xavier basketball, is the real deal. They are in contention in that tough Big East conference. And, the Big East conference, is arguably one of, if not the best, um, conferences for the non-football schools. They've still, held on and continue to work on their tradition. I know that bringing back UConn definitely helps that, as you have 11 schools in that conference right now. And, along with the teams that did make the NCAA tournament from the Big East this year, you're talking about UConn, Villanova, Creighton, Marquette, Providence, and Seton Hall. Butler, they have a solid program, as does St. John's. They're looking to take that next step. And then you have Xavier, DePaul, and Georgetown. So, this is a very tough and competitive conference. And for Miller, he wants to try to find a way to get Xavier back to the upper half of the Big East Conference, which of course is easier said than done. Recruiting wise, the thing is, the NCAA, they're going to be looking at Sean Miller and his program, but obviously a lot of things have changed on the collegiate athletic scene since Sean Miller was at Arizona. So I think that definitely works in his favor. He's always been a solid recruiter, but also he's an even better coach. So if Xavier feels like he is their guy, and he's going to have the opportunity to once again oversee this program, you know what, the future is definitely bright for the Musketeers. I look at it like this. Some people are going to ask, will he have success? Because sometimes, we've seen coaches go back to a previous stop and it doesn't work out, but this time I think it will. Because, first and foremost, Sean Miller's not taking over a bad team. And, like I said, Xavier is still in the in the NIT. They're returning guys getting reps. They're getting an opportunity to go out there and play. Miller's going to have more of an opportunity to evaluate them heading into the offseason. And of course, they're going to take it from there. But nonetheless, I think this is a good hire for Xavier as they look to keep up in the Big East Conference. And I think the future is bright for them. I think the future is bright for the Big East. And I think Sean Miller is going to get Xavier back to the NCAA tournament. And I have a feeling that it won't take him that long to do it. So, folks, that is going to wrap it up. And as always, I want to take this time out to thank you for tuning into the 300 Pounds of Sports Knowledge podcast here on YouTube. I want to take the time out to thank all of you fine folks out there for tuning in. And if you have not already, please feel free to subscribe to this channel. Now, if you're on Twitter, please feel free to follow me at 300 Pounds of Sports. And like I always say, if you follow me, it'll be my pleasure to follow you right back. There's also the sports discussion group on Facebook at the Sports Depot 365. You can check it out. Drop a line and be a part of one of the better sports debating sites going on social media. So, once again, fine folks, my name is William Martin, signing off, saying take care and have yourselves a wonderful day.